Hi, everybody. This is Jeff, and I've been writing a video book. I've been doing this video book on quality assessment and the quality of service and stuff. And I'm a certified auditor of ISO 9000 auditor of like processes and production. And I'm an engineer. I do a lot of things too, and I do language technologies too. But but I've been writing this book, and while writing this book, I've been doing this video book, and in the video book, I've been mentioning quality of service, and and one of the examples I usually talk about is McDonald's. You know, the expectation what you get when you go to McDonald's, and you don't expect good food. You don't really care about really where the chicken or the beef is from, right? Well, the French kind of do, but they don't really because it's the quality of the food is not what you're looking for. You're looking for the service, right? The service. What do you expect that what you get in the McDrive in the bag is what you ordered, right? At the either on the internet or at the speakerphone, right? And when you drive away, you don't want to have to come back, right? That's the key. And that all the sauces are correct, and there are other things. But I've got a few examples from McDonald's here. I've been eating McDonald's egg during COVID, and I've been in the car a lot more, and I take my kids there and stuff, and I got a few examples that are just not the quality of service. Now, I want to say that I spent the first 23 years of my life in America, in the United States, and then over the past, I think 30 plus years of going, living in France and going back to France, going back to the U.S. on trips, business trips or family trips. You usually only go to McDonald's when you have to go to McDonald's in the States. It's usually the airport or you're on the road or just, you're on the road and doing stuff. And so with the kids, or we're going to go somewhere and my father died. So, I mean, I was driving all over the place. I'd go to McDonald's all the time because it was just the easiest thing to do, fast and easy, right? And so I remember of the first 23 years. Okay, that was kid from baby for 23, but my first 23, I didn't go to McDonald's a lot actually when I was a young person. I didn't go out very much. But the few times I did, and then when I go back, it's like I said, I go back for business. And so, I've been, I don't know, I've probably been to McDonald's like 20, 30 times in the US in those 20, 25, 30 years. Not very many times. Yeah, under 30 times maybe. Um, Not kind of going to Wendy's and other things too, because you go to the other ones go because the Wendy's has a better salad bar, right? But and then I've lived in France for the past 32 years, and I've my you know the kids you go on the road and stuff. You go to McDonald's a lot because that's really the only thing out there on the block. I mean, there's not really a lot of competition like there's in the United States on the fast food stuff, and you got to go to the fast food stuff. So I've been to McDonald's a lot in France for the past 30 years. A lot. I can't count the hundreds of times. Um, and so what I want to go is but the problem in France. So back in the United States, I only remember one time in my entire lifetime. You can say I get gray hair, right? So one time in my lifetime of those, let's say 30-ish years, where there was a mistake in the order, and I was in the McDrive with a couple of buddies on a Saturday morning. I remember Saturday or Sunday morning. I remember, and we got the meal somebody else, and we got more than we asked for, right? So there was not really a complaint, and we had driven away, and we realized this after we drove away, so you can't even go back with it because like the person, someone else got the other meal, right? That was the only time. Now I could say that in France for the past 30 years. It's all the time things are wrong. The sauces are wrong. The fork is forgotten with the salad. Yeah, even ice. When I ask for ice, no ice in the kiosk thing, right? No ice in the drink. I get ice, okay, um, and all kinds of stuff. And I've seen other people really complain that they don't get the stuff. They just get the wrong tray. It's all the wrong stuff. Even last week, I had when my son went there, and I got an extra drink. Like, we had three drinks. Where's the three drinks? Well, it's someone else's drink with the sticker on another thing, and I took it back and said, "This isn't mine." Okay, so this is all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If it's just it can't be that Americans are just better organized than the French. It can't be just that. Well, we are in general already. Go read and watch my book, my videos about working with the French and working with Americans. You can see the difference. But it can't be that. There's got to be something else. Just the training's just not right or something. Because people just they they can do this, right? Anybody can do this thing, right? So something's wrong. Something's in the software behind the scenes. It's just wrong, and it's just the process is wrong. Something's wrong. Okay. But I want to give a few examples. I'm actually going to mention the restaurant, the location, and the number of the ID of the restaurant because I want this to be known. Okay. So, um, so I'm going to I'm going to give a bunch of different versions. I'm going to tag some people from McDonald's on here. I'm going to tag them, right? Because I want them to know. Because this is it's unacceptable. Just unacceptable, some of these things. So last Saturday night, what was the date of last Saturday night? I got to look up the date here because I don't. So Monday, we're going to hear. So this was the Saturday of, let's see here. So Saturday, the 9th of April, 2022. I was at the one in Montereau, which the zip code for the Montereau and is 77130. 77130 in France, okay? And the code in the system when you got to make a complaint is the number 0847, right? Now what happens? So Saturday night, I went there for a coffee. And there was lots of people Saturday night, okay? The people are coming to Mount Ave Code. So there were quite a few people in the restaurant. There were at least 20 people in the restaurant, at least. A group of people. There was a whole group of people. And lots of people coming in and doing the kiosk stuff. And I got there about 10:20ish, 10:30, right? In the evening. Because I eat somewhere else. I just go for a coffee. And do some work and stuff. And do some videos like this. And at 5 minutes until 11 o'clock, so 10:55, the director, the lady, comes out and starts telling everybody at the kiosks that they can't order anymore. Okay, at 10:55, and believe me, the stuff hit the fan. People were pissed off, really pissed off. They saying, "Well, what? We're here to order." And we're going to sit down. And one guy said, 2 kids in the car, and he wants to order it. Then they're going to bring the kids in. And they says, well, no, we're closed. You can only do takeaway. Well, no, no other restaurant does this. The Buffalo Grill next door, the lunch down there. It means you won't stop doing food, creating food, but it doesn't mean you can't stop eating the food, right? So if you order at 10:55 and you get the food, then you can eat it and stay there. No, you can't do that. That's closing down. Believe me, there are a lot of mad people that evening. Okay, we all got kicked out, literally got kicked out of the restaurant. Just floods of people walking out. And so some of us were out there talking for an hour, just talking about stuff. We were all kicked out of this restaurant at 10:55. The Buffalo Grill restaurant, the steak restaurant next door, is open. Okay, they're still serving people, right? The McDonald's is closed. It's just like nuts. Okay, so that's Saturday evening. This morning, I came into the McDonald's across from work. Just gotta get the stuff across work because the in-down stores at the work, the breakfast food it costs the same and it's not worth it. So I actually came to the one here at work. It's across from work, and this is in the Paris, but the Levallois one. And so the zip code is 92300 in Paris, 92300. It's Levallois. It's not the Paris, but it's It's a Paris suburb. Paris, close suburbs, part of the circle, right? And the code number is 1487 to make a complaint in the system. Now, I get there. Now, the one in Montereau usually is open at 9 o'clock because I go there for breakfast, okay, usually on Sundays and stuff, or Saturdays and Sundays. I go there for breakfast. But the one in Paris, they're open at 9 in Montereau, 100 kilometers from Paris. But you know what? The one in Paris, it doesn't open until 10 o'clock. Now, wait a second. So Paris is should be open at 9 o'clock or even 8 o'clock in the morning. No, they don't open until 10 o'clock. So I get there, and I'm actually 5 minutes before 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, and they got some delivery guys coming and stuff and whatever. So I get in. It's 10:01. And the lady says, "No, you can't order yet." I said, "What? I can't order at 10:01?" And she says, "No, no, we're not ready." I said, "That's your problem. You're not ready. That's your problem. You're not ready. You need to get this." And I said, "It's amazing how many times this restaurant, this one, it's just, they're not open or stuff." I mean, 10:01. So I just said, and she said she wanted to talk to my manager. The manager came over. They wanted to talk. And I said, you'll hear from it. So I'm making this video, right? So 10:01 in the morning, can't even order a breakfast, right? At McDonald's in Paris, in Levallois, okay? 92300, okay? Like I said, I gave them a number. So that's another one, okay? Now, the Levallois one, I'll tell you, they have forgotten. They usually forget, and this is a place you can only take away. You can't eat there, right? You can't eat there. So it's a takeaway only. And they forget the napkins all the time. It's amazing times how they forget the napkins and the things. And then one time I ordered like 2 sundaes, right? To take with me. And they get the sundae with it. They got the sundae with the circle in it, right? The top that's got a circle in it. They forgot the spoons to put the wooden spoons in the thing. So I get in the subway and I get the train. It's like, what do I got to do? I got to drink this thing, okay? They don't have spoons. Come on, folks. You can't. This is really hard to forget these things if you know. And the process stuff. I'm a process auditor, right? So this is like, come on, folks. Somebody's just they're not training people to do this right. So so the one in Liverpool, they don't open up. They should be open at 9 o'clock in the morning. It shouldn't be waiting until 10 o'clock. That's the first thing. Because people are coming to their jobs. They're not going to come for 10 o'clock. They're going to eat at 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. And the thing actually in the kiosk system, the thing isn't open. It actually closed down at 11 o'clock. So you can't order it in the kiosk anymore after 11 o'clock. And I know that because I've tried it at the one in Paris, in the Liverpool one. I know this. And she says, "Oh, no, it's." I said, "Yes, it is," because I've actually gone and taken photos of the one behind the counter and taken photos of it to show that they actually have the problem with that. Actually, when they have to go, you have to go there after 11 o'clock, and you have to go. The person behind the counter has to order. The buttons on the thing disappear, and it's a total mess. A total mess. The French software in this is a total mess. I took pictures of it. I might put the pictures and install them right. It's just like. He clicks on the thing and the thing's missed, so he can't figure out. He was just like so frustrated. The guy behind the counter is so frustrated because he can't even do the order for me because the things disappear when he's trying to figure out how to do it, right? So it's not just the kiosk for the people. It's the tablet, the thing that the person at the counter has to order for the people. It's just a mess, okay? That's the Paris Liverpool one. Now they get different interfaces in different places. The Paris ones all have one, and they have this new interface coming in. I'm a software engineer, so I ask these things, right? So I take pictures of it. So that's the Paris Liverpool. That's the Liverpool experience one, okay? But the 10 o'clock in the morning. This is not. This is wrong, okay? Bad advertising, okay? Asking people you can't come and order because it's open, but we're not open. Duh. Now, they did have a time a couple weeks ago where I went in, they could order, but the problem was that the coffee machine was broken. It was being repaired. So I just waited a couple of minutes until the coffee machine. I said, "Give me another drink. Give me a tea," and that was fine. We figured it out right there. We figured it out. I said, but when he kicked me out just because your deliveries are late, that's your problem, folks. You know, that's your problem. You need to get your deliveries in before. Guys, got to get up earlier, okay? Got to get up earlier. Your clients aren't going to wait till 10 o'clock in the morning to eat breakfast, okay? On a Monday morning during the week, okay? So now let's go talk about some other ones here. So the Montreux one, 77130, right? Zip code, the area code. At least 1 out of 3 times the salad, I get salads with my menus, right? I always get a little interest that we get the starter salad. And 1 out of 3 times the fork is missing. Sometimes they give me 2 knives, right? 2 wooden knives. But the fork is missing all the time. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. So, and the one, I dare to see this, the one in Montreux as well. 2 Sundays in a row, okay? But 2 Sundays ago, I'll give you the date of this thing because I don't have the thing of it, right? So the Sunday of the 3rd of April, I went and got a breakfast at 9 in the morning. And it had I got the Egg McMuffins. I got the beef and bacon and a bacon egg or something. McMuffins. And the buns were all burned. All four buns of the two things were burned. I actually I took a picture of it. I might even install it here. It's just crazy. All of them. Now, I was the only person actually in the restaurant, the only customer in the restaurant. At 9 o'clock in the morning, or 9 or 10, I can't remember the exact time. Only person. And there's nobody in the McDrive. No one in the McDrive. And they burned all four buns. Okay, the McMuffin, all four of them. And it wasn't just a light burn. It was a little more, it wasn't crusty, the whole thing, but it was black. Okay. I'll insert the pictures here. So, and then I went last Sunday morning again. I took a takeaway first Sunday morning because I had to go somewhere else. And they burned it too. It wasn't any much, but still burned. Come on, folks. There aren't many people. You're not watching your toasters, okay? That's the Montero, 77130, okay? And again, the number of the system in this is 0847, okay? So so they got some pretty serious, and they're the ones that forget I always ordered no ice in the drink. And there are times when the ice comes with the drink, right? You got to read the folks. Folks got to read it. Okay, so they're not being trained or not. The sauces. No, they're okay with the sauces, but I have seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people in that restaurant come where I actually one couple, a family, two people, just several weeks ago. The tray was the wrong meal. Then they had to go up and go get the person to come back, and then they brought a meal, and then one of the burgers was the wrong burger, and they had to take that, and it actually came back 3 times because they had 3 things wrong in a row. Amazing, just 3 things wrong. I would talk about the fork missing a lot. It's just yeah, it's okay if I didn't have a stir for the stir. They're okay with the stir for the sugar and stuff. That's okay. That's used to the coffee's okay. But it's just I'm not going to go. But the sauces are often missing, or they don't give it to you. Now I actually had 5 times in the system. The other thing that kind of got kind of irritated was, I always get the first menu with the salad, right? And amazing how many times I come in the evening and there's still a salad in the kiosk, right? It's still there, but I order it, and then they come to me afterwards when I'm sat down, I'm ready to get they come up and they give something else. Do you want fries or potatoes? Thing I don't want either. I ordered a salad, and they say, "Well, you don't have." I said, "That's your problem," And the first time was okay, but when it's 5 times, like in 2 weeks, because I go there when I gotta go somewhere quick or something, it's just unacceptable. Just unacceptable. And I put these things in the system, but I'm hit on YouTube right now. I put in YouTube. It's just unacceptable. Okay, McDonald's quality service is you have the stuff in there. I sold it. This is called false advertising. Okay, because what I bought was what I expect and what you say in there. So this is a problem of process workflow. Okay, this is called production workflow. They're not checking their salads fast enough, and they're not getting close when they're down in the salads. Take it out of the kiosk. Right. This is false advertising to the customer. False advertising, okay? So, and I bought it. And finally, the third or fourth or fifth time, finally, the manager came in. I said, "No, I don't want this." And the manager came. He says, "What I do?" I said, "You fix it. You fix it." And he says, "You want to reimburse?" I said, "I don't want to reimburse. I already bought the food. So, you fix it." Well, they had to open up a bag of salad. They did. They went, because I come enough that they knew that they didn't want to piss me off anymore, right? Because I said, this is the 5th time in 2 or 3 weeks. So this is really a problem. You guys have a real serious process and production problem here, a serious one in the Montero place, okay? So they opened up a salad and I had actually more salad leaves than I usually do because they had to put it in there because they filled it up. But that one you got to fix some stuff, right? You got to fix a lot of stuff there, and they have a lot of new people there. All the new people are always confused, all of them. So now let's go to the AQL, okay? AQL, and this is the zip code, the area code is 77250. And the number in the system on this one is 1334, 1334 when you have a complaint in the system, right? When you go in there. Now this one, I've actually been there on Sunday mornings as well. And I get there and they can't even order it in the system. I said, you can. I can go up the counter and do it the other ones, but you can't do it here. No, they can't do it. I said, yes, you can. You just don't want to do it, right? So it says, no, I can't do it. I said, well, we'll just put it on Facebook and we'll let people, you'll let your manager know about this, right? The fund says, well, my manager, and I said, so I went and sat down, and like 10 minutes later, she came up and says, well, can we give you coffee? I said, I wanted a meal, right? And I said, you got the ingredients there. You got the food there. You got the eggs there. You got the stuff. It's not in the kiosk anymore. You just how do you order it? He says, well, can you get coffee? I said, no, I'll just put a comment in Facebook, and that's all we need. So I put it here in LinkedIn. But, I mean, it's not like this is one occurrence. This is like a regular, okay? The quality service, come on, McDonald's. You got to get this quality service down. You got to get it down. I haven't seen this in America, States like this. This is just crazy, right? And it's several restaurants, so it's a recurring thing across different restaurants. This at McDonald's. So this one, that was the one. That was one example for that. Then I'm not going to talk about the monopoly stuff because that was a total disaster. But I helped fix that with fixing their apps. So I helped to already make comments and fix the apps and that kind of stuff. But I've actually gotten the AQL one. I've actually been still during the kind of the COVID time. I was kicked out of the restaurant at 10:15 in the evening. Come on, the thing's open until at least 10:30 or later 11. Okay. And they asked me to leave the restaurant at 10:15 in the evening. Come on. AQL, okay, 77250 is the thing. Again, the code in the system is 1334. Now, let's get to another one here. So this is the train station at the Gare de Lyon. So this is the train station in Lyon. They're one of the main train stations, so one of the biggest train stations. They have 60 million visitors, okay, per year in Paris. And so this is one of the main train stations Lyon. So, I mean, they have a lot of people coming through there. I mean, McDonald's have it coming through. I usually get stuff after you jump on the train, right? So go home. So this one is the zip code or area code is 75012 Paris, right? The Lyon, the Gare de Lyon one. So it's a train station, right? And the number in the system is 1560. So that's the restaurant number, right? It's just these are the last numbers, the last four digits of the number thing. So this one, oh boy, I remember getting I have my son with me, got a Happy Meal and get a box of nuggets, and we had to get a train to jump on a train like in 25 minutes. And they sat there for like 15 or 20 minutes trying to put together a Happy Meal and a box of nuggets. And the Happy Meal, I mean, they kept going. I could see them doing it. It's just like they were confused. They were actually going back and saying, who's got the number? Who's got the number? And I said, well, this is the number and stuff. And they finally asked for my ticket number, so I give it to them. And they're sitting there discussing. They had 4 people on this thing. 4 people discussing this takeaway thing, right? Of a Happy Meal and a box of 20 nuggets, okay? This is overkill engineering of having the production cycle. This just kills production. And because they didn't know who was taking care of what, right? And they finally kept my ticket. And I said, where's my ticket? Because I want to make a complaint. And they couldn't find it. I said, you find it. Because what did you do? Because I gave you my ticket. This is my proof of purchase. So I can actually get reimbursed. Okay. If I get reimbursed, come on, give me my ticket back. She says, well, let's go to the machine. I said, don't give me the machine. I'm going to go back. I'm going to catch your train. I'm going to catch my train. I'm going to be loud. If you make me miss my train, believe me, you will get complaints. I make the train, but I was running, right? But that kind of just 4 people, come on a Happy Meal and a box of nuggets. I mean, come on, McDonald's, Gare de Lyon, you got to get it right, okay? And Gare de Lyon tends to be pretty good at generally, okay? I've seen that because I do a lot of stuff and I have to jump on the train. I'll probably have to do it tonight again because I'm gonna have to go home late. So the Gare de Lyon tends to be better because they got a lot of people coming through there, a lot of tourists, a lot of people on the train station. So they're a little bit better, but still, even if they're better than the others, they're still making. I mean, this is logistics, okay? This is logistics. It's people in the kitchen. It's got to have this. It's all logistics, and it's training the people. And new people, you can tell they always just and again, I'm a process auditor, okay? So I'm used to doing this. And like if I had to audit McDonald's, if they sent me around and audited all the McDonald's restaurants, I know exactly what I would have to audit, right? And I want to see the whole supply chain from the kiosk, and they got two different interfaces, right? So I can see the changes. And the new ones, I'm not even talking about the usability of the new one because it's just junk. It's confusing, the new interface. I'm a software engineer and I do apps too. So no, this is just wrong. Um, it's just really confusing to use. But the whole workflow from the kiosk to getting to the screen. Oh, and that's the kiosk inside that has to get to the screens for the people that have to make the burgers. Then you get the screens of the people that have to actually assemble everything, right, to put it in the bag. Um, and you can see the workflow is broken. You just can see it. Um, so that's my rant over McDonald's in France of a lot of people, a lot of four different places in the Paris region, right? And that's four. And I'm not going to talk about the ones in the highways and stuff where we're taking kids on vacation and stuff. And it's just like sauces are always wrong, okay? Or the sauces are often wrong. Got to go up and ask them for the sauce and fix the sauce. I only talk about most of the times when my sons go up and ask for the sauces too. Now they're old enough to go ask for it stuff, and they'll go up and ask for it, and it's just like it's often, okay? It's really often. It's really a shame. It's a shame. Come on, McDonald's, France, get your quality service right. Get it right. Get it right. This is not a rocket science. You don't need a PhD to do in rocket science to do this, okay? You just need good people to know how to train people. Do your training, and put more stuff in the app every time. Okay, I'll tell you how to do this. Because all the new people, they're confused. They got 25 million things to memorize, okay? There's too many things I have to memorize. So what you need to do is when a person orders a menu with a salad in the kiosk or online, you need to put fork and knife in the system to actually put it as in the list of things to deliver in the bag, okay? You need to put napkin. Everything that you deliver, they got to see it. They got to see it. The sauces, okay? Got to put ketchup and or the mayonnaise sauce or whatever. You got to put it in the system. You got to put coffee stirrer in there, okay, and put sugar in the system so that's leveraged so people don't have to memorize this. The problem is they're making people memorize too much stuff and they're confused and they can't remember. And yeah, it's extra print, but you know what? You're going to have less stuff. Another suggestion I'm going to say here is that you're not measuring your customer satisfaction, right? So, and you're not keeping track of all these things you can't remember, right? The things that the mess ups. I've seen people come back from their car with two bags, walking back in the restaurant, pissed off, because half the stuff is wrong. Okay, they're just saying half of these things are wrong. It's not right. People check their things now every time they're walking out. Even though walking out of the restaurant, they don't trust it. It's that bad. But what I suggest to do to measure your customer satisfaction, the customer complaints, and do it right, is you need to have a tablet. Okay, just like you got the tablet at the behind the counter that people can order from if you can't do it at the kiosks, right? The automatic kiosks, you can do order at the counter. You need to have a special tablet that's for complaints and has all the pre-configured types of complaints. Sauce wrong, missing utensils. You just have a bunch of these little clickable things, right? And you got to set it up so that every time there's a problem, every single time, we're actually having multiple tablets all over the place, at the counter, at the drive, at the thing, everywhere. You have these tablets, or built into the things, built into the right end. Build it in. And then every time there's a complaint, the people have to put it in. Yes, they have to declare it. They got to declare it. And yes, it's going to have their name on it. And it's going to make them accountable, right? And when they're being accountable, French, I got to watch my video on working with the French. Accountability doesn't exist in the French language, right? So make them accountable, because they got to do as good as the Americans are, because Americans, there's this service mentality already, right? But you got to have a tablet. They have to declare every time they made a mistake, right? They got to shame themselves so that you get better customer service. And they got to say what they forgot. They got to say that I forgot the fork. I forgot the thing. And they got to have it all clickable. So you can have as many clicks. It's just easy to go, scroll down, click it, scroll down, click it. And just get get the 5 or 10 major things and click. And then you can measure how many complaints you're getting. And then you can measure over time if you're getting more complaints. Now, this is all built on the trust system and the transparency system that people are actually going to declare that they're doing it wrong, right? But then what you could do, you need to motivate the people to do it. And how you motivate them, okay, is you got to use negative and incentivism. And the way to do this is to say, who improved the most, okay? Who improved the most? Who had the most mistakes that they did less mistakes the next month? And you got to give them an award, okay? That's how you fix this thing, okay? You got to make the shame turn into glory, okay, and pride. But you got to not make shame. You got to get the negative stuff because the French will really do that. The French are really, So you got to find a way to do that, and you can do it with the kiosk. You can do it with the tablets and stuff. You can build it in and give them an award. Give them an award for having improved the most. And do several awards, have the platinum, gold, silver, bronze awards for who improved the most over the month. Then you're going to have better customer service and people will keep coming back. But they're not going to come because they have to come to you. They're going to come because they like them for the service, right? Quality service at McDonald's. It's about speed and accuracy of what has been ordered. It's not, and I'm talking about the speed here. I've actually waited 13 minutes for just a coffee at the Montereau one at 77130. I asked for 13 minutes for a coffee. They forgot. I actually had to go up and see that the coffee was sitting there on the counter. Okay, they'd forgotten my coffee, just forgot it. And I had put a number in the system to come in a table. So I mean, this kind of stuff is just overkill. So that's it. I made some suggestions how to improve it. And to improve your quality of service. And this is for free, okay? And you don't want me to have to call me in to kind of do auditing and stuff because I will audit it. You're probably not ISO 9000 certified, but you are. You want to bring me in, I will audit it because my company we've won outstanding audit of the year in my projects. Do this, make it fun, right? So that's it. And that was my comments on McDonald's. And we need to improve the quality of service. And I'm going to put this as a chapter in my book on quality assessment. Okay. And the way to do, I'll say at the end here, is the way to do it is have for assessment of your quality measures, what you got wrong. You got to have a minimum amount of entries, right? A minimum amount of categories to do, minimum amount, and then you can measure it. And then you just want to say, you're not going to do the assessment. You'll just say how many fixed, right? It's really the bug reports, you're writing bug reports. And you're going to fix it by delivering the fork or the sauce, right? So you don't have to measure the evaluation of the customer. The customer doesn't have to evaluate the quality afterwards. You just have to say how many bugs you have and how many fixed during the time. That's simple approach. And you'll improve customer satisfaction. Okay? That's it. Jeff out.